So this shit is fucking funny. See some like miraculous post on Facebook. And you're like, the dude's driving around probing fucking America. Like, comes over to this house, right? Pretty much decorated like an American dream, right? Like this. You can understand this. This is a code format, diagonal, goes up from 911 to 1 greater power. It's like an exponent on the other side. There's no multiplication and like just subtle belief in God. It's like a, but it says 911, so you'd be like, look, check this out. You walk past this door, and it's escalating to the entranceway to a home. You go to sleep, you wake up, 9111. Like 9, and you should say like even, you could go to like just 911, 1, like the sound. It's just not, it's like winning. It's also just like saying 1, but in the sake of reason that there's some kind of drive-by here, somebody drives by, you cut off 1, whether it be whether in any of those formats. You like drive out to Mission Road. It's a big 747 post office way. Pass by some funny ass street names. Just be like, this thing comes into my house, tells me I can't live here. Be like, all right, here we go. Merry Christmas. But you get in this house, it's about to get complicated. See this dog? Born on 9/11/17. Wednesday. I wrote about her in 2011. You know, like make it through the back here. Like, to be like, this kid gets all fucked up on some drugs. You get like right back to this point where one day I'm like, this shit just isn't working. We got to do something about this, right? And so I begin reading the Bible and doing push-ups and sit-ups, like military training. Come over here, start working out. Got this nice big old Trump flag. Start working out every day. Going twice as fast as just some basic person. Make a big difference. Like Jane Fonda's birthday's today. If you can work out, you can make the difference for yourself. There's no reason to be overweight. That slows down your heart circulation. Even though you might not feel it, slows it down. Backs up the pipes. Circulation's off. It's like living in a fucking sewage tank. Shouldn't do it. It's not good for you. See these things? They're called veins. They're called veins for a reason. Circulate blood. Supposed to empower yourself to, do this stuff. So let's just cut that fucking bullshit out, right? And go right back to like listening to God and having some kind of Bible format. Interpret playing hokey pokey with drug addicts, people of the later descent. And this bitch comes along. This bitch comes along and says, what? She's like a year old now. Year and 2 months old. Prophesies. Literally, like, if you could only like see the story that I'm living in, you might actually get what you're seeing. But let's just go right back to here. We'll go. Father goes upstairs. Sounds like, the man upstairs. Come into my room. This little dog we had prior. We got this playboy, a girlfriend, Wednesday. Pugsley. So we called Pugsley out, right? We're not even ready for Wednesday yet. We find Wednesday. Pugsley was a caged marine dog. So we unleash the caged marine dog. Get the final bitch notice. Come right here. And I'm integrating sounds and overlay ahead of posts on Facebook that match up with depiction, and also a lot other things, like literally be like interpreting 5 seconds, 10 minutes, 20 minutes into the future that I don't even see, but it's somewhere stored in that machine, somewhere in there. It's random though. You never really know, so you can't really say it's just coincidence. You're like running for days, breaking a sound barrier of a something, and this has to do with working out and keeping your pulse rate functioning as best as possible. It's just something like this. This little fucking dog. Look, check this out. Prophesize. There was no fucking like joke. This was real. Like seriously. Like there was hope in this world. And God says, look, innocent people have died over 9/11. I'm the only guy that was born in the Middle East. So look at this strange figure. I'm American. But what people don't understand is that I'm actually in the middle of life with everyone around me. And there's also a basic formula for life itself. It's called physical relay. When you hand something off in 3rd grade to disincorporate that you go out and make a difference for yourself with these things called a vehicle, kind of speeds things up a bit. You know, it goes a lot faster to meet people halfway. You know, leave the house, pull the car out of the house, meet people halfway. But you think that, like, you know, you gotta work for your shit, you gotta do things. Literally, like, just like, and be like, just drop the fucking video camera. And this was like, I made 9/11 my bitch. Literally fucking strapped down a bitch here for the sake of mankind, man's best friend. Incorporate all kinds of funny ass storylines. We're like, this is what it all comes down to. You fall asleep in this bed. You wake up with no understanding of where to go. But I'm so fast that you have no problem. See, this is what it was. My body is moving food 4 or 5 times faster than just basic dude who eats and drinks in the house. No, just walks around. I've already done 5 miles in a day. That person might just walk like 300 feet. This is like the insight of owning property and what it means when you sign into a mortgage, you buy out of a mortgage, all these different things that hold you to your own square foot on land, your own personal space, your own rights. This kind of shit, we got my lucky heritage crest here. This is the kind of shit you wake up to when it's about like 4 o'clock, and you can see on days before it's like 4:25. Let's go back out here. Literally see this guy fucking running for 7 miles in the morning before my pops has to go to work, and set in the anchor way the hell down over there, because we're living on a naval base, off a naval base station, and this is like, they're making all kinds of noise over there, and the only way that 9/11 was actually happening was through this household. And they would say, you know, innocence is as innocence gets, but the factors that implicate education, the process of elimination, it goes right out this door in a probe, testing the fucking sound. Coming home with successful measure of interpreting people getting ahead of themselves. You would think that these poor individuals who drive a Boeing into somebody's work environment, they're getting ahead of themselves and not making the right choice. And just like this gravity that comes back around to me, this was pretty much just a backlash of empowerment. You got like all the room to believe what you want to believe, but the truth is that this all comes down to seriously just, we got a pirate. September separated. September and September 11th, 2001, you were separated from your family. Okay? This guy finds out why. We got the SEALs here. We need to find coordination. I train really hard with them in the morning before they go. We go like this. Simultaneous action. It does not stop. But we get to this point, don't tread on me. And someone doesn't believe me that I can pay attention. So I have to do all this fucking reporting. And I try to contact some people, and so far, all I've gotten was really shitty responses. Like, I don't know what is going on out there, but I sit around waiting for a phone call, an email, some kind of reimbursement, restitution, because the reality is that you look at this, dude, and I'm literally filing a report over people's lives being taken advantage of and coming up with some pretty solid answers. And we got denial kids somewhere off in the distance, pretending like they're all alone. And there I went, like on some wild tangent, dude, because this was like unbelievable shit. Like, just look at this camera pane. You're like, if you were on the flat Earth, okay, if Earth was flat, you could easily determine that if I just went like this, you could definitely see on an XY graph that this young man is in the middle of life with everyone else around him, giving a damn. Okay? And just be like, honestly, come over here. Sell this shit. Buy some Christmas presents. Make some good sounds. Drink V8 juice. Give the dogs good food. And I can't even afford this place. Like, honestly, like, just look at this shit. Let's go save the nation, Layla. And they're like, tie in all these people's lives. You go save the nation, and then you get don't tread on me. Hick in the stick. Hick status, dude. Like, this was hick status. I'm making this video because you really don't understand what I've done. We might meet up sometimes to my friends. Might meet up sometimes. But that's not what my value is to you. The value that finds conspirators worth your time, and knowing that it's pretty hot outside, we're trying to survive as best as we can. There's a lot of mathematics that have to do with sound and just general fucking balance of all different kinds of things. Numbers make all the difference. Okay? What do you think happens when somebody gets the wrong idea and they're not in physical relay? This would be like walking right out here and looking at this car. And that piece of shit is only going to go like maybe 10,000 miles before it completely breaks. In the middle of the night, we're like, talk about this. In our dreams, people wake up, they want to make a difference somehow. There's some way to do it. The low-end worker, they want to live their dream. And all you got is, you come back here to this Facebook, you see a bunch of fucking fools and rich people just blatantly fucking scoring their attention like self-centered fucking idiots. You're like, look, right here, your best friend isn't even being paid properly. The guy looking out for you, going and fabricating a biblical storyline over the precipice that 9/11 could have been a patchwork on judgment. And like, literally, let's go right back to this. I'm not trying to talk shit, but literally, the point of interest that I'm making here in this video is just because the realization that you seriously have people who are fucking full of shit. And there was this guy right here etching out a fucking red, white, and blue pie symbol. This is my area of effect. You're kind of like one of these people on my radar. You watch the video. Fucking people on my radar that I care about. and just go right back to, I'll go right back out here. It's like, just check out this car. This is how stupid people are. This is 9/11. Come out here, you see this code? Met a friend named Dash eventually. We go right back to this car. Piece of shit car. It won't suffice. Try to get assistance somewhere. I got bad credit. I got bad credit because a trade center problem. I wonder who is the center of that problem. Wow. Wow. Just be like, here we go. We got Chipmunk Fox fighting it out with Skunkadunk on the television. What stinks versus what doesn't stink. Checking this out, watching videos. Obviously, I've got these little guardians here that make everyone cool on TV, no matter what. Celebrity status, something cool to look forward to. I try to keep the most positive outlook, but this is bullshit. This comes right back out. I'm gonna do it again a few times. This is come right back out to reiterate that a car interprets a lot more than just basic home life. There are scientists and doctors that are trying to make a difference. There are engineers who rely on this person to protect the interests of numbers. I'm just saying, there's an advancement in studying God. And literally I've rummaged through the Bible and used displacement as a fear to coordinate against evil effects. Okay? My own risk. For that. You separate a pirate and it spells pie-rate. You separate separation, spells September shorted eration. You got like all the room to believe that if I was just some guy lying around in my house playing on a fucking Xbox, doing literally nothing but playing video games, what would it make sense of if all of a sudden I just snapped my fingers and I was like, wow, I'm in the middle of the world. I'm just here in the middle of the world. And you have a central intelligence that doesn't utilize what's happening here. You're like, literally. You have kids that are about to be learning coordination skills and numbers, and you don't even know for sure if they're able to be a doctor completely. There's like, you can learn information, right? But when you're coordinating it towards other people, I'm here in the middle with no way to meet them halfway, no way to say what's equal. This is what it comes down to, like. This house. A house. We have this big problem on the chalkboard here that enters the door. Got security. It's not even activated. But we have security, right? We got this big chalkboard right here. You can easily just erase the chalkboard. Easily. Takes 1 second to solve this problem. You erase the chalkboard so I can live here. And when I sit around and mope and play couch potato wills, when I'm really just divulging all of my attention from this location, researching 9/11, because you have seriously people in denial. Okay? Denial. You go and see this coded number system. You leave your house from this neighborhood. And you go out to Mission Road and sight a 747. A 747 post office. That's a Boeing number. It's pretty much the same model that crashed into the trade centers. I'm not trying to scare anyone. I'm trying to scare somebody. You see, like the code? I'm looking out this window. I have this 9/11 bitch securing the premise here. And you're looking out the window, try to make things good. And like, be a good father, a good friend of my father figures, mothers. Give them every little bit of information that came out of this house. This was the black hole sink of people's fucking lives. And most people would say, like, it's a tragedy. Get over it. How are you going to get over it if you can't even see what happened? And be like, this was positive reflection, people. Real insight. And like, the fact of the matter is, you got this guy cracking nuts. Nuts. You got somebody who goes and fucking gets possessed by some kind of fucking abnormal force. You had me here protecting that. Still don't change the fact that, like, this is unacceptable. I got people who can easily donate a good car. Your federal department just sits around with their thumb up their ass, pretending like everything's okay. Job security's fine. Job security isn't fine. You don't have any trajectory to the median differences in your life. That would be me. It's a shame that, I'm not going to be lying. Like, this would be like, you have billions of people, okay? Obviously, I can't go have dinner with them all. I can't do that. That doesn't make sense. I'd be dead before I even got to 1%. Seriously, I'd be dead. I'd be fucking dead. The idea is that when you think about it, this was humankind trajectory, okay? When you use this flashlight to go looking around here, because it's dark, days before. You come outside of this pool, okay? Come outside of this pool. Literally, any minute now, you got, off in the distance here, can't see anything, it's dark and shit. Boom, boom, boom. Munitions being dropped. So rattling the fucking house. And you got some out of shape fucking guy living here. Never passed physical education. Hey, like, you wanna see fucking somebody who fucking runs? Literally metamorphosis this shit. You're like, dude, this was pretty fucking sad. Okay? You have like this poor household, never grasped working out. You got fucking internet completely fucking obliterating everyone's belief. There's barely any activity going on. Okay? And come right back out here. And wake up. Again and again and again and again. For years. Run fucking hope out of this house. This would be Mathis, friend Beck, somewhere in life right now. I don't know where he is. But on the other side of that half is like you. And then there's hope, no names, autonomous, anonymous, like running away from hope. Okay? Was like running that direction. And then running this direction. The whole entire precipice was like run away from hope, and you're like running away for hope. Literally crack the fucking symbols here. We have Officer Barbrady who says, "There's nothing to see here, guys." And right behind him is Jesus on a cross. Who do you think is getting crossed at this point? Like literally just getting crossed over this subliminal imagery of terrorism. Here's a flag. Working out all day. You know the way. Got Davy Crockett right next door, using a crock pot sometimes. Got like all kinds of cool things here. Running away. And this was supplemental. You gotta think, there is no one competent living in this area of effect. And it's the most tragic day in our lives, historically. You think about this. Since Vietnam, there was literally barely anything. And then the Gulf War comes around and we have this 747 mission coordination disruption. Walk right past these doors. You got a highly bootstrapped military family cleaning the fucking house. Okay? I try to bypass all this. Just, pretty much like saying that found the spot. We just paste over it with fucking kind love, just Be nice, you know, just fucking play it nice. We got this here, though. We got Pugsley making an entrance. He says, I'm a caged Marine dog. And by this point, I still haven't made any headway with somebody. And he goes straight up tell somebody, yo, look, I'm in the middle of life. Kind of like confused about where I need to go. You know, people are like out there causing trouble. I need money to survive. Your friend trying to like make 9/11 look nicer than it should. So they don't listen. I don't get any money. I have to fucking fight and scream for my money. We come around to this. This dog now. Again. 9/11 bitch. A 9/11 bitch. Okay? I'm gonna turn on the computer. Go right back to this image. Just wait for it. And watch this. I'm not just trying to showboat. This was rationalization in God itself. This is like, you know, this is my 6th grade letter to Bill Clinton. I serve the country, I want to care. Gotta grow into it. Just be like, right here. I made this post in 2011 of a wild dog. And if you don't know my MySpace, I make this video of a photo of a douche puppy connection, and it's on my Facebook. I got this English bulldog with a douche puppy connection. Got a douche puppy connection here. You know, the dog would clean the pussy of this shit. You call somebody a pussy for not being active, or pussy for not trying. You know, a pussy for fucking being an asshole. All the different kinds of levels of pussy here. And seriously, just be like, look at this dog. Wednesday. The fucking most beautiful creature there is. So beautiful. And she like role plays in this house like so crazy. Just be like right back to here. Let's go check my sent emails. I'm gonna go to, let's just pull up my latest email to the FBI. Okay. Just be like, look at all this shit. Right to the FBI. You don't even get a response. Still zero response here. I'm like going right back to think about this. Like, I'm in my house ranting about Chapapapa. And like, I know something's happening. I felt all these weird emotions. And I just keep talking about it. I keep ranting about it. We go right back to here. Like, look. Bill Clinton lives in Chapakawara, in New York, where my family's from. So I have some kind of insight, you know, let alone, you go right back to like, this is just kind of funny. We have myself being in the middle of life, aware of everything going on, but just not able to focus on everything at once. There's impossible nodes there that no man could ever achieve. You can't pay attention to everything. That's responsibility. But here we go right back. Turn around. Responsibility out the door. And no one can meet me halfway. You know do you understand a multiplier? A multiplier with a dividend of one person being caught up in the middle. A multiplier of billions of people that could be in connection. But I can't afford this place. I can't afford a car. I destroyed my credit finding the solution to a more or less worse problem. You can't get anywhere if jihad is coming for you and Al-Qaeda is still somehow trying to find a way to kill you all. So you dissolve some kind of number difference here and know that I'm seeing green spots right here. And try to make a difference with what's happening. Go to the post office. I make a scene out of the post office. I come back home and figure all this stuff out, write about it. You know, use myself as my own canvas. No one even notices. You have like all the room to believe that everything is being taken care of. But we hit a footpath here. We make 9/11 a bitch. It's done. It's closed out. Okay, it's done. A reason why is because it can't get a grip. It's the best patch ever. You got some kind of better plan? Let's go blow up more people. Or we can make it a cute puppy. And just be like, right out that door, dude. Just waiting. There was a car with my name on it somewhere. And the house being put into my father's name so I can take care of it. And just be like, this was like really difficult because middle of the world and you have people relying on central intelligence. This is your central intelligence. So when the fact of the matter comes to like play out and like you have my friends who have risked lives, I have friends who have died over this, it kind of implies more than it should for the sake of hope. You got to be like, I know I'm assing off here. Some people already know what I'm talking about. But I have to keep getting exposure on this because really, the thing is that when I'm running and creating a biological momentum quicker than most people, that would be a couple of pounds to even 5 pounds of pressure depending on how active I am in the day. Drink, eat. It's a much faster line than just walking around. I'm moving twice as fast under the precipice of 911. I have a friend named Dash, slashes through the 9/11 acts with me. We meet up, we do these things. I go off and finish my adventure. It wasn't an adventure really. It was more like being forced into a corner while people had normal lives and I had to go out of my way to just protect their interests a little bit so they could know and understand that somebody cares about them and know what to do when a real advancement has come to pass. You don't have psychic people, okay? You might, but it's not. And the empowerment of relativity comes between what this all means, and I've literally conducted experiments with sound, and we see things happening before they happen on Facebook, or if I'm not thinking about that, they have conductive relay in thought. So this is not just a theory. This was a development of a central nucleus and reaction towards one another people. And so the point that I'm trying to make is that even if it doesn't change anything, the fact of the matter is that you're enabling your own self to be responsible for people who are doing heinous things. Literally having no way to meet people halfway is stating that because this place is unaffordable and I don't have a reliable way to get a car, the choice is yours. But that is saying more than it should. When you wake up here with me, in your own house, your own world, and you fall asleep, you wake up, and there's nothing there, what do you think drives somebody to go crazy? I mean, like, literally, if you had to be rational about it. They're obviously being irrational, but you also have me coordinating a goddamn SEAL team because they're working around me. So, where does it not make sense? Okay? It's called determination in war. Every day is survival of the fittest. The least I can say after this video is done is that it's just pretty much snide, rotten, jealous people. You got snide, rotten, jealous people who don't care. They want things for themselves and only themselves. Like literally wiping the ass with baby shit. Immature shit that would only get in the way of just this. I'm not trying to be a dick, literally. But the fact of the matter is that when you think about it, just stop for a second and realize you're not in my life properly. Okay? You have to somehow make things work. I'm just saying, I'm going to end this short film on just really the multiplier here. Think about this. I have billions of people in my attention span. I've studied God. I know numbers. I know algebra. What do you think happens when you wake up and I don't have enough to validate resources here? You think that that's really safe? You know, I mean, with technology on an uprise, you could be 5 clicks ahead on the same day and understand things twice as fast. It's kind of scary. You think, like, it don't make sense? But like I said, you come right back here. Let's go right back here. I'm in the middle of life, playing hokey pokey with a bunch of fucking crazy ass kids, trying to somehow resolve 9/11's issues. Come to this standstill. You get zero response, dude. Zero fucking response. And the problem is that, look, this was the sound of Ground Zero. You don't understand. The sound comes from in here. It was all in here. Ground Zero happens in here. In this house. Been already all through it. Out that little crack hole. You know. This house is Ground Zero. You wake up in New York, they're already in the morning. And so we're not going to mourn for New York because for whatever reason, you see, like for whatever reason, we have a weathering epidemic. Wake up. We start with the night, they end with the day. This was kind of like, you know, some kind of, you know, maybe time zone issue or something. You know, we got from east, you know, to west, and west to east. We have to connect, you know, from sea to shining sea. The sound of production within my own bloodline determined that the frequency in this house was literally cursed. You literally had a curse mark put on America, and I come and remove the curse mark. That's taking away 9/11's precipice. That's a format of survival, a really good friend would say. But like I said, we go right back to here. I'm going to go and discreetly try to manage my business. Okay? And I don't think that you get it, but you got this person who doesn't seem to understand that I've literally gone out of my way for 12 years. 12 fucking years to figure this out. Making all kinds of weird mistakes. Like, you know, this klutzy fucking brewmaster, okay? Like, I'm this brewmaster monk. I look all drunk and stupid, but then I wind up doing something really good with my time. You know, just like any other normal smart person who gets a little tipsy or something. You know? Just something like this. Really go to show. I got, like, no money in my account. Let's go to my bank. Look at this shit. You go right to my bank. You see this shit? Let's look at this ginormous fucking void hole. $70. $70, dude. You think that $757 a month is gonna pay for a car, a mortgage? And this was like, you have to look at it from my point of view. I'm looking at, let's say, I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go right down to my activity. I'm gonna go right down to all these things. We're gonna go see where all this stuff intersects. We got the tax board. This was from when I first started working. So I'm accumulated interest in tax. Okay, I've built a small amount of money, less than $1,000, that I didn't pay off. Went on the struggle binge, tried to find things, and so we have days later. The next day, I'm getting Social Security funds that represent comparison and values in the tax board. And then we're gonna go up here, down here, to the San Diego Superior Court, where I am studying recount and recovery. So now that we have some kind of recovery, make 9/11 a bitch where it made sense for them to do it. And go right back here and make your last wish. get some stupid ass, inhalement over the issue itself. Like, I'm not even a smoker, man. This was like, I have to smoke because you see all this shit? It looks badass, but really, when you come right back to 9/11, just like pull up some funny ass thing laughing at you. Go right back to this. Just like reflect on a fucking bomb and people suffocating. Okay? And then just have it come back down to this. Out that door. We gotta find out what caused the leak. So we find the leak. I patch the leak over. And then there's a bigger leak that says it's coming from my brain. That says I can't afford life. What do you think happens when you get misjudged as a friend? You're like, really? You're getting misjudged. You're not even being there for me. And all these people believe in you. They're trying to believe in you as best as you can. But you got some punk fucking receptionist somewhere not paying attention. What do you think happens when I try to just go around the precipice of knowing what my real friends are doing for the country and just go around them, to make things right so they can keep doing what they have to do, their own choice, their own responsibilities, and 2 or 3 people just completely ignore everything happening, trying to get money to help supply the indifference of 9/11. Historical context could be completely outwritten right now as you don't even give a shit. Literally. Just be like, this wasn't me trying to be a dick. This was me being honest and trying to show you that you got some serious attention span issues. This is my attention span. You are in my attention span. Once in a lifetime, never again will any other one person ever be at one person's attention. This is what Jesus dies for. He's crucified for this, the impractical reason of an empowerment later on. The convergence of everyone's heritage, everyone's ancestry, it all becomes my attention span. And I'm a pretty educated person. You go and look at what other people are doing. It's not funny. You got myself really staying productive here. We got new recruits that can help protect this country with mental stability. And it's not working. You see, right out that door, broke car, 0 financing, no credit, destroyed 9/11 credit, recovered 9/11 credit, and no one wants to do anything about it. And goodbye.